Breaking news this Monday afternoon. We are tracking election fraud charges. Michigan's Attorney General announces allegations against a local city clerk. Hi, Ben.
Karen, we are less than 24 hours into autumn, and so far, so good. We'll see how long this streak keeps going. Right now, first at 4.
Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Karen Drew. First at 4, a young boy is fighting right now for his life after he and his mother are both hit by a truck crossing the street. This happened just after 7 this morning at the intersection of Morang and Kelly on the city's east side. Police say the 9-year-old boy and his mother were crossing the street when a truck ran a red light, hit them, and then took off. That driver did later return and was arrested. The mother and boy were rushed to the hospital. That mom is expected to recover, but right now her son is in critical condition. A man is behind bars after sheriff's deputies say he broke into his ex-girlfriend's house and killed her current boyfriend. This happened last night at a home on Court Street over in Mount Clemens. Deputies say the ex-boyfriend broke into the home, went to the bedroom, and opened fire on 26-year-old Javon Houston. Houston was taken to the hospital and was pronounced dead. The suspect was arrested a short time later in Clinton Township. He is currently at the Macomb County Jail. We'll hear from the victim's family tonight on Local 4 News at 6. A big arrest in Livonia as police say they've closed in on an armed robber who committed back-to-back crimes. Sylvester Ross of Inkster has been charged and arraigned for several armed robberies that took place September 12th. Police believe Ross robbed a Dollar General, and while police were investigating that crime scene, they got a report of a robbery at a nearby 7-Eleven. So with the descriptions of the suspect and his Audi vehicle that had some fancy license plate holder, police were able to find the suspect with the help of the community.
Our success in what we do and our mission is working with the community, partnering with the community through so many different events and through our social media. And communication with the community is very important. And their support is, it is the foundation of our success.
Well, Ross is apparently no stranger to the law and is being held without bond as a habitual offender until his September 26th court date. Breaking news on charges of election fraud here in Metro Detroit. Take a look. This is a mugshot of the Southfield city clerk. Her name is Sharika Hawkins. Michigan's Attorney General has filed charges against her. This happened just today. Hawkins was formally arraigned, charged with 6 felony counts in connection to the November 2018 election. The charges follow a Michigan State Police investigation. Michigan's Secretary of State detailed the charges.
They involved unauthorized and inaccurate changes, which were made to the list of voters who cast absentee ballots. But I want to be clear. The allegations that the Southfield clerk falsified official election records did not alter the outcome of any election.
Now, the Secretary of State says no voters were disenfranchised in this case, and all valid votes in the election were counted. We have efforted a response from the Southfield city clerk. We have not heard back at this point. The UAW strike against General Motors has entered its second week, and there appears to be no end in sight. Negotiations continue this morning on day 8 of the strike. Both sides are reporting progress, but neither sees an imminent settlement. Big issues remain while the sides talk, including wages, profit-sharing formulas, and plans for unallocated factories. 2 GM plants in Canada have closed, and many suppliers face possible shutdowns if the strike drags on. It's the first official week of fall, but it looks like we'll see some ups and downs. Ben, where do things stand right now?
It's all looking up, at least in the short term, Karen. The only thing that we're worried about right now is breeze is a little bit much for some folks out there, 15 to 20 miles an hour as we speak. But temperature-wise, that's working in our favor. Humidity, no problem there. Really don't anticipate much of an issue with humidity through the entire week. Temperatures tonight going into the 60s through the evening. Not going to be completely dry all week. We'll look at that and what could be a kind of a messy weekend forecast, plus the latest on Tropical Storm Karen. It's all coming up in just a few minutes, Karen.
All right. Thank you very much, Ben. Long-awaited trial underway in Dallas, where a former police officer is facing trial on murder charges. Now, the killing took place just over a year ago, and she claims she thought she was shooting an intruder in her own apartment. Kimberly Gill following the latest from the newsroom at this point and taking a close look at the case that's getting some national attention, Kim.
Karen, 31-year-old Karen Geiger is charged in the shooting death of 26-year-old Botham Jean last September in the apartment building where both of them lived. There's no dispute that Geiger fired the shots that killed him, but jurors will be asked if the killing was murder or a mistake, with all of this taking place in a racially charged atmosphere. Amber Geiger arrived at court for the start of the trial today. She is white. Botham Jean is black. He is the man that was killed. Geiger was in uniform but off duty when she returned to her apartment building and went to the wrong floor. She said the door of what she thought was her apartment was open. She went into the darkened space and saw what she thought was an intruder. She said she gave a verbal command, but when the person she saw did not respond, that's when she fired shots. The unarmed Botham Jean died from the wounds that he received from that shooting. Opening statements came a short time ago.
Is the perfect storm of innocent circumstances that all came together, in the right way or the wrong way at the wrong time, that led to this tragedy.
Amber Geiger shot an unarmed man in his home who was doing no harm to anybody. And there will be nothing in law that you will find that justifies her in doing this. When that is the case, the state of Texas is entitled to a verdict of guilty.
So the jury was seated more than a week ago. They can find Geiger guilty or not guilty of murder or a lesser charge of criminally negligent homicide. The trial is expected to last about 2 weeks. We'll keep you covered on what happens. Until then, send it back to you, Karen.
All right. Thank you, Kim. President Trump was at the United Nations today to talk about religious freedom, but he's being dogged by questions in that whistleblower scandal. As he arrived, the president once again said he didn't do anything wrong during a phone call with the president of Ukraine. Democrats want to know exactly what was said during that call. Trump says he's considering a release of the transcript. Meantime, the president says his administration will dedicate an additional $25 million to protect religious freedom, sites, and relics. It is a stunning business failure that's left thousands and thousands of travelers stranded worldwide. You may not have heard of Thomas Cook Travel, but it services 19 million people a year in 16 different countries. NBC's Bill Neely tells us Great Britain is launching a massive military transport operation to bring its stranded citizens home.
Vacation over, airline bust. At dozens of airports for tens of thousands of tourists today, frustration.
I'm very anxious because I have sore legs. Nightmare, stressed.
To get them home, a huge airlift back to Britain with a military name, Operation Matterhorn, covering 64 routes. Thomas Cook's own planes are grounded, impounded because it ran out of money. This, its final flight after decades. For some, it's the end of a different dream. This couple's honeymoon ruined.
We're absolutely gutted. We've looked forward to this for a long time.
And so many like them.
We've been saving up for a year for this holiday, you know what I mean? And we've paid all our money, we've paid all the insurance.
It's a business collapse affecting hotels, airlines, suppliers, as well as the tourists.
It is deeply distressing to me that it has not been possible to save one of the most loved brands in travel.
16,000 people are being flown back to the UK today, Britain chartering 45 planes to bring people home, some being hired from as far away as Asia. More than 1,000 flights over the next 2 weeks. One reason the company collapsed was that it did its business mostly through stores on Main Street with brochures rather than on the internet. It simply didn't adapt. But this being Britain, it is also blaming its collapse on the uncertainty surrounding Brexit. Bill Neely, NBC News, London.
Still ahead first at 4, it is the Emmy mix-up that's gone viral. The photo of a prominent Detroiter shows up in the memorial segment, but he is very much alive. I'll show you what happened. And Dr. McGeorge is here.
Well, Karen, there's a message about the dangers of vaping, and it is going viral. In Good Health, how one doctor is becoming a social media star and reaching teenagers where they look for information.